Hello. What's up, you guys? It's still Thin again here. So today we'll be talking about why Nasdaq is the best asset to trade and how you can go about trading it. Because remember, guys, Nasdaq is one of those assets which are very, very profitable. Since nowadays, as you can see, we're in this crisis, this global crisis, and Nasdaq is the background of those 100 companies in the US. So we are smashing it like hell. Right now is the best time to trade on Nasdaq. If you're not on Nasdaq today, you're making a mistake. So you should join in, guys. Okay. I'd like to take this moment, guys, and thank you all for subscribing into my channel as I've hit this 500 mark. I really appreciate that. Okay, as I provide educational content and I continue to be relevant, you guys make sure that you click on the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. So that, guys, you make sure that you don't miss any uploads that I make each and every week. And I upload pretty much 3 times a week, which is on Sunday, Monday, and also on Friday. All right. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram. As you can see my links there. You can see my Facebook link there. Make sure that you follow me there. I post pretty much every day. Now, if you haven't smashed the subscribe button, smash it right now before we head into the topic. Today we're killing it, guys. We're killing it. Nasdaq is something that we should be all talking about. Okay, now let's head straight into Nasdaq. We can see Nasdaq there on the screen. I would like to view in so you guys can get a clear picture of what's going on here. All right, this is our Nasdaq. Let me take my picture and put it down there. All right, this is our Nasdaq, you guys. So as you can see, guys, I've already inserted some trend lines there. It's very, very beautiful, as you can see. But I would like to explain firstly what you need to do first time when you head into Nasdaq. What is it that you need to do? Nasdaq, guys, it needs you to be very, very wise, very, very precise. It doesn't need any mistakes. If you make a mistake, you're gonna pay for it. Okay, now let's talk about what is it that you first do when you're on Nasdaq. You make sure that you go on a 4-hour chart. As you can see, I'm already on the 4-hour chart, which is 240 minutes. It's a 4-hour chart, 240 minutes. So if you're using Owanda, you know that 240 minutes is 4-hour chart. All right, as you can see, when you're on 4-hour chart, what you need to do, you need to insert a trend line. So I would like to remove mine so that you guys can see how I put my trend line. So something that is very much simple. It's not hard to do. Not hard to do. If you're on Owanda, you know how. So okay, now let's see. I insert my first trend line. I'm following the major ones. This is my first trend line. This is my first trend line. I would like to put another trend line so that you can see that this is not a guess, guys. It's not a guess. It's something that is happening. As you can see, this trend line was, we had a first bounce, a second bounce, the third bounce there, and it broke to show a reversal. Now I know that I'm waiting for a reversal. And also, if you can check very, very well, I'm having a straight line here. I'm having a straight line here. And this straight line is something that I'm looking forward to. I'm having a straight line here. I'm having a straight line here. As you can see, maybe let me change the color to purple. Okay, yeah. Let me change the color to purple. So this is where I'm expecting my reversal. This is where I'm expecting my reversal. I know that I know that if I expect such a reversal, it's because of what? It's because of this rejection here. And remember, this is about to happen. It's about to happen. I'm expecting this week. This week, I'm expecting it to reverse over here. As you can see, it's rejecting here. It creates something like a head and shoulder. A head and shoulder. So if you haven't heard about a head and shoulder is when the market rejects 2 times after a false breakout. So that's a head and shoulder. This is a false breakout. They broke this previous high, and then they are creating another double top here, which is equal to this one, or less, or a little bit slight higher than that point. Okay, now, if now I've identified that this point, is my reversal, it means that I need to search for an entry. Remember, in my entries, I'm expecting something like an M or something like a head and shoulder, but in a smaller time frame. I'm expecting these 2 things, one of these 2 things in a smaller time frame. Now let me go straight into a smaller time frame so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about right now. I'm in a smaller time frame. This is a 1-hour chart. It's a 1-hour chart, and you can see that my lines are properly done there. and I'm expecting an M. So it means that I'm gonna be expecting an M where inside. I'm gonna be expecting an M where inside here. So if I see an M here, I'm taking the trade with each sell. If I see an M somewhere here, I'll be taking a sell. I'll be dropping with it. I'll be taking a sell. I'll be taking a sell, a sell, a sell, a sell. Simple. That's pretty much it, guys. So, all right, let me just show you something that happened in the past few weeks. As you can see here, that I have my trend lines drawn, 2 of them. As you can see, always Nasdaq in the same trend. As you can see, here's double trend lines, and here also is double trend lines. So I was expecting what? I was expecting a drop there. Expecting a drop there, but anyway, it's fine. Something like that. As you can see here, that there was you see a reversal here after a break here. They broke there, and it was not the first time they break. They broke there as well. It was not the first time. So they created a false breakout here. I knew that I had to take my trade where? Here. I had to take my trade here. This is the trade. This is why I take the trade. It's very, very nice, guys. It's very, very clear. And this is also why I take the trade. You can take double trade and then you swing it to the upside. You swing it to the upside. You go with it. You just ride it, guys. You just ride it, guys. There is nothing else. You just start counting your levels now. You count your levels. You wait for them to come and retrace, go back. Come and retrace, go back. You see, now this is where it gets funny because they retrace on a what? On a point where everything was starting to be a little bit worrying. So you know that after this rise, you don't ride it very, very long. Maybe for can be few hours, maybe 10 to 15 hours. Then you are out. Then you are out. You're expecting what? A reversal. This is the reversal that I was trying to talk about earlier on a bigger time frame. So it's pretty much simple, guys. There is nothing much difficult about this thing. It just needs your brains. It needs your brains. So let me just explain quickly how you guys can capitalize on what? On Nasdaq. If you don't know how, you need to place your trades. Where exactly you need to place your trades? Because if you don't get it right, guys, if you don't get it right, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. If you don't get it right, you are not going to win. All right, now check this. Check this. I wanted to say something here. There is something very, very much important to note here. When Nasdaq was creating this double tops here, if you can check, it rose for the first time, for the second time, for the third time. For the third time. It never went up for fourth time. It means that now the market acts 3 times. So it means that from here, I'm expecting this will be my first, and then it come back to retrace second, second, then it comes back to retrace, then third. This will be my third. So from there, I know that I'm out. I'm taking out my trade here. Take profit. This is where my take profit is. This is where my take profit is. Here. It's where what my TP is. My take profit is there. Right. Now, guys, if you understand that part, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't capitalize on Nasdaq. Now, also, let me just try to explain something here. Whenever you take a trade here, make sure that your stop loss is up here. Isn't it? Maybe you take a sell here. You take a sell here. You take a sell there. When you take a sell there, your stop loss is there. That's it, guys. Perfect. You've won. Okay. Thank you guys for watching up to this far. I really appreciate that. And also come back to my channel and watch other videos. I'm gonna post before this week ends. I'm posting again so that you guys can come back and get this information. As I learn and I share, you guys get the information just for free. Cheers. Take care, guys.